Hello, fellow world walkers, how fare thee? I am your host, Dudley Clarence Sturgis IV. Yes, there has been a name change on this channel due to some changes in my personal life. Dudley Clarence Sturgis IV is my actual name, and I am reclaiming it. So, today, for my first episode back from a little bit of a hiatus due to some, like I said, personal problems, I wanted to do a cute little simple video, which is introducing you all to my stuffed animal collection. I recently started this in the last few years. None of these are the actual stuffed animals I had when I was a child. Unfortunately, my mother had gotten rid of those or given them away to some needy children, I think. I don't think she threw them away. She would have probably just given them away because I took care of my animals and my toys, so she probably donated them. However, there are a couple of individual pieces here that are copies of the ones that I had as a child, and they are very dear to me because of that. So, let's get started. This young man, if you're a Disney fan, is known as Barley Lightfoot. He is the older brother of the main character from the Disney movie Onward, and I had a huge crush on him when I first saw this movie, because he is a big nerd. Like, he likes Dungeons and Dragons. There's a 20-sided die right here, but he also has like fake band names like Cry Blood and Smote right here. He also has a mushroom right here. So he was just, and he's a big burly bear. So like, he's exactly my type. He likes rock music and nerdy stuff, and he's a big burly bear and an elf. Hello, what's not to like? This one is a bit of a niche item. I'm sure a lot of you do not know who this is. Maybe none of you know who this is. But he is actually a plumber, an Italian plumber by the name of Mario. And he has a brother named Luigi, and he constantly saves a princess named Peach from a giant demon turtle named Bowser. He is the doll from the Super Mario Brothers movie, which is now one of my favorite movies, and it is probably one of the best video game adaptation films of all time, and I am very, very excited for the Super Mario Galaxy movie. This is a pumpkin pillow that I got for Halloween, and it's very pretty. At first, I started making a collection of like decorative pillows, and then I was just like, well, I miss some of my stuffed animals from my childhood, and I got one, like a literal copy of one from eBay. We'll see her in a second. So that's how I started collecting both pillows and stuffed animals. This is Vanellope von Schweetz from another Disney movie. I also got her from eBay. She's one of my favorite Disney characters of all time, and Wreck-It Ralph is one of my favorite Disney films of all time. I do need a Wreck-It Ralph plushie, but they are hard to find apparently. So hopefully one day. This is Stitch, as you know, from Lilo and Stitch. I think this is merch from the new live-action version, which I have not seen yet. I would like to, but Stitch is Stitch, you know? I love Stitch, so I got him. These two are not connected, like, merchandise-wise or, like, manufacturing-wise, but they're cute together. So, I got this alien from Amazon when I was filming The Dreamy Adventures of Theodore, which is a film project I was doing with stuffed animals, and no, it's not for kids. They cuss and make references to sex and shit. But his name was Vector in that, but now that he's a cowboy alien, I'm not sure if I want to change that. And also, I named this one Tara before I put them together, and these clothes do not go with her. She's originally naked, but I thought she'd be cute with a little little black top and a little flower dress. Tara is another one of my characters, and in that series they are boyfriend girlfriend. But in this, they are father and daughter as stuffed animals. So I don't think this is actually Vector. Maybe he was an actor playing Vector. This is another pillow that I got for Halloween. It says Hocus Pocus, and I was so happy when I found this. I washed it because I dropped it in some cat food, and unfortunately these little bubbles and this Hocus Pocus lettering used to be iridescent and very colorful and shiny, but somehow the wash washed all that off and it's just regular green now. But I still love it. I would rather have it clean than have it covered in cat food. Wet cat food, by the way. This, as you all may or may not know, is Grogu. I love Star Wars. My daddy and I used to watch the original Star Wars when I was a kid, and we went to theaters to see the sequels, well, the prequels. And although I'm not very big on the sequels, I've watched them, and I think they're okay at times, and other times they're kind of blah. But I do love all the series on Disney Plus, especially The Mandalorian and Ahsoka. So, I love him. He is the cutest thing in the world to me. So when I saw this at Walmart, I just had to get it. He has a scuff right here from me dropping him by accident at one point. I'm very clumsy. As you can tell, I've dropped like a bunch of these. But it doesn't, I don't think it affects him. I think he's still cute. Can you even see that scuff? Because I can't when I look from far away. This is one that I do not have a name for. He is a Squishmallow, and it was a Christmas present for one of my exes. And I got a lot of really good Christmas presents last year, even though we all ended up breaking up and I'm single now. I was in a triad, but that's fine. And the third got me this, and I still want to be friends with him, and I wish him and my 10-year relationship partner the best. This is Calden. He's a mummy. Like Tara and Vector, he was in The Dreamy Adventures of Theodore. He is based on a mummy that I have in writing that I have not published yet. It's in the old version of Dream, but I'm remaking Dream and he's not in that one, but I am going to make him a short story for himself. So this is Calden. His backstory is that he was going to, well, his older sister Kepri was going to be pharaoh, and she was training and studying politics and all this stuff, and she was in it. She was in it to win it. But then his father got sick and announced him as the new pharaoh, and then shortly thereafter died. And Kepri was very angry, and he was very scared because he was only about 6 years old at the time, and he was horrified and did not know what the hell to do. So he ran away from Egypt. And along the way, he was punished by being transformed into a living mummy. Because he was afraid. Now everyone will be afraid of him. That was his punishment. However, he does learn to accept his responsibilities when he grows. He grows up as an adult, as a mummy, an undead mummy with rotten flesh and everything. But he does grow, both emotionally and physically, and he grows to learn a lot of valuable lessons, reunites with his sister, and when he takes his place as pharaoh alongside her, they both rule at the same time, he is uncursed. So, that'll be his little short story. This is Malice. He was once one of those 2020 teddy bears for the year. My ex's mother made ones for both of us. This was pure white, and he had a bow tie and a little, like a blue Santa hat, and she put the mask for the pandemic over his face because we all had to wear masks, and I thought it was really cute. However, eventually the dog got a hold of him, tore out some fluff, and ripped off all of his clothes, his hat, and his bow. We were able to put his fluff back in and stitch him back up, but the clothes were back destroyed. So I wanted to make him unique and cute, and one of my favorite artists' name is Emily Autumn, and she had a teddy bear named Suffer, who was a white bear with blood splatters and a little heart right here. He also had a patch right here instead of an eye. But instead of all that, I gave him a little choker, a little anatomical heart charm. I stitched a heart right here for him, a little actual red heart symbol, and I got him piercings. He's got a little dagger right here and an earring with a clock right there, and he's got the same on the other side, and he has this weird skull piercing that goes back here that's like a metal mohawk, and obviously he has a labrae like me. So his name is Malice, and I think he is very cute. Also, obviously the blood splatters is just pain. This is a Lafufu, not to be confused with a Labubu, because I ain't paying $30 for a little 2-inch doll. I paid $5 for this at a mall, and I think it was worth it because there is an outfit I want for him on Amazon, and it's a jester outfit for like a medieval theme, because obviously. And he looks like he's gonna cause some mischief. Also, he can do the exorcist. Isn't that cool? I love it so much. He's cute. And this one is Majora. Now, if you are not a stranger to my channel, I was manic one day filming about the Legend of Zelda movie, and I was gripping this for like anxiety purposes, because I do get anxiety while filming these videos sometimes. And I was like, wouldn't it be funny if these are my boobs? Oh. So yeah, this is a pillow of Majora's Mask from my favorite Legend of Zelda game, The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. And she's just wicked and evil, and the mask was created by an ancient evil tribe that used it in nefarious and evil and wicked rituals. What those rituals consisted of, I don't know, but I have a feeling it's probably something akin to what happened in the Epstein files. Speaking of which, I hope everyone is keeping up with their mental health, especially when the world feels like a nightmare right now. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to do... Sorry, my little vest was behind my butt, which is fat. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to do a simple little video like this, to get everybody's minds off of that. So I probably shouldn't have even brought it up. I might cut this whole thing out. This is Belladonna. Now, Belladonna is going to be in the new version of Dream, because she's well, she's Penumbra, the evil witch, the villain's girlfriend. She is not a cat in the story, though. She is a Cation, which is a human with cat ears and a cat tail and retractable claws. Now, what does that mean? Is she good? Is she bad because she's dating a villain? I guess we'll have to read it. This is a little Halloween skeleton bear with very beady, demonic eyes that I just think is adorable. My ex from, I think on Halloween, we were dating the other guy together as a triad, and he got us both one of these, and I love it. And this is Lucy. As you may or may not know, I wrote a horror novella, which was meant to help me heal from my religious trauma. Growing up as a gay Christian kid in the South, it was not very fun. I have since healed, but I also, while I love Jesus and all that good stuff, love and light and stuff, I also revere Lucifer, the fallen angel, for actually defending, you know, he wanted equal rights. I also appreciate Lilith for standing up to Adam and not backing down to him just because she's a woman. So I feel like a lot of these characters, these massive characters from the Bible, can have a lot to teach us about life and love, because the God of the first part of the Bible, the Old Testament, is nothing like the New Testament. So did he just chill out after he had a kid, or like what? Because he hated humans and their sins, kind of punished them very, very badly. But as soon as Jesus came around, he's like, okay, that's chill. Y'all can sin. Y'all can do what y'all want as long as you accept Jesus. Which is fine, and I believe that, but like, I also revere characters like this, like Lucy. These three are the imps. I saw these at a Dollar Tree, or Dollar General, I can't remember which. And I just thought they were the ugliest, cutest little things I've ever seen. And so, they don't have names, they're just the imps to me. They cause a lot of mischief and mayhem for the other stuffed animals. And they were all three also in the Dreamy Adventures of Theodore, causing mischief and mayhem. This is the Hylian shield. It even has straps to use. Like if you're in a pillow fight, you can defend yourself with this, which is cool. And it's also from one of my favorite Zelda games, Ocarina of Time. I love both Ocarina and Majora, and a lot of people say that it's because it was my first Zelda. That's why they are the ones I grew up with. They were my first Zeldas, so that's why it's my favorite, and that's why I think they're the best. But that just isn't true, because my first Zelda was actually Oracle of Seasons, so that just blows that theory out of the water for you guys. This is special. This is from a beloved person of mine, whom I absolutely adore, who got me this as a Valentine's Day present this year to help me feel better after my breakup. Now, we are in the talking stage right now. I don't know if I'm ready for a relationship with this person. I don't know if I'm ready for a relationship in general, but I adore him, and he's going to come see me soon, and I'm excited about that. But this character that I've made, he's a goblin from Build-A-Bear, and his name is Uggy. His name is Uggy, U-G-G-Y, like ugly. Now, he didn't come with this outfit. My ex got me this outfit a long time ago for one of my other Build-A-Bears. But I like the idea of a goblin knight, because I kind of want to write a short story called Goblins Can't Be Knights. And his backstory is that he is going to save the goblin princess Icky. I-C-K-I-E. He is on his way to save Princess Icky. I don't know from what. I don't know from whom. It's probably a nasty, ugly human that captured her. We don't like humans, do we? Nuh-uh. They're violent and barbaric. Okay. He is my favorite right now. Also, this sword is from Lord of the Rings. It is Sting, I think the name. It's the sword that Frodo wields in Lord of the Rings, and what I think his uncle found in The Hobbit. I can't remember his name. Frodo Baggins? Bilbo Baggins. Bilbo found Sting. It's an elven blade, so it's special to me because I'm an elf. This is Theodore, the protagonist and titular hero of The Dreamy Adventures of Theodore. He is also the love interest of Dream. He is not a teddy bear in Dream, however. He is a rabe, which is a human with bare ears, a tail, and claws. He wields a mallet, a green mallet in the story. So you can tell he has leather cuffs like I do. He was in the military. In The Dreamy Adventures of Theodore, there were green army men because it was ever toys. But he was in what I call the magical military for a while. And his mission was to destroy Penumbra, the Wicked Witch. And what I have in his little green backpack is a witch's potion, a little mermaid necklace that I didn't remember was in there. And where's the other thing? A jigsaw puzzle piece, because those are a very important thing in Dream. And that is Theodore. Now, I usually have this in his backpack, but because I still live with my ex, unfortunately. Hopefully that'll change soon. Not that we're not trying to be friends, and I don't wish him well, and I really hope we can remain friends, because 10 years is a long time to have someone in your life just to disappear one day, and he wants to be friends too, at least, so. But I do live with him still, and his dog sometimes sleeps with me, and she tears up all my plushies. She doesn't tear them up, she just kicks them out of the way so she can have the whole left side of the bed, because she is spoiled. And that's fine, because I love her. She was once my dog too. But this always comes out, and I'm always afraid that it'll go under the bed. And this is a king-size bed, so it's short to the ground, so it's really hard to get under there and pick stuff up that fall. So I keep it in his pants. This is Celeste the Wizard. She has a heartbeat and she smells like honey. Now, I didn't talk about this when it happened because I was just so excited and appreciative of it. My ex of 10 years, this was like last year or the year before, I don't remember. He bought me this from Build-A-Bear, and it comes with a star, like a literal star in the sky. You can see it. You own that star, and I was able to name it. I named it Zenith, after my elf character, Z-E-N-I-T-H. And I just thought that was the most beautiful, wonderful thing anyone could ever do for me, and I was so appreciative. And she did not come with this wizard outfit. This was actually for a small Build-A-Bear character like Belladonna, but that's why it's so tight. But I thought it just matched perfectly, and I didn't want her to be naked all the time, so I gave her this little wizard hat, this little wizard shirt, and this little wizard wand. She came with this little golden star, so I love her very much. She's very dear to me. Let's see, This is a heart pillow I got for Valentine's Day one year. I think I bought it myself because I just thought it was cute. It wasn't like a Valentine's Day present, but obviously it came out on Valentine's Day, so I saw it in the store and just picked it up. This is a bag of Lay a Big One duty size potato chips. I actually won this out of a machine while I was working at my mall job. I was working at a mall last year. It was a lot of fun. I quit to get a work from home job that promised to pay double, but it was so incredibly difficult to do what they wanted me to do. It was very complicated and I lost that job, but I'm looking for another one now. I actually lost it in the same week I was dumped, so that was a great week for me. These are my dragon triplets. They're not actually triplets. This is Saluna, this is Emerald, and this is George. George is very different from Saluna and Emerald because George was adopted, but that doesn't mean they don't love him because he is still their brother and the girls still love him like a brother. Saluna, all of these were in Dreamy Adventures of Theodore, but Saluna is actually my main character in Dream, and she is a dragon. This is their father, the big guy from their dragon clan. His name is Celtic, and he looks so silly and cute, and he's very nice, and I love him very much. And when I saw him at Walmart, it was for Valentine's Day. I could not say no. And all of his scales are iridescent. Isn't that just beautiful? And he was green, and I am Celtic. I'm Scotch-Irish, mostly. And so I just loved him. And Jonathan, my ex, got him for me, and I was so happy, and I've loved him ever since. And so he is their dad. This is what I was talking about having. I don't know if any millennials are in here, but this is called a glowworm. They were in the late 80s and 90s. I was born in 1989, and me and my sister had two of these. I was meant to have the blue one, and she was meant to have the pink one, but I got really attached to the pink one and named her Lizzie. That was a running theme in all the toys we got. She was more into baby dolls, so when she got like Barbies, I took them over. Especially, there was one year that I remember, we were at our extended family's house getting Christmas, and I got some stupid truck. I was like 4 or 5. I don't remember who got it for me, and it's real. I shouldn't say stupid because they got it for me because they thought I would like it and they were trying to be nice to me. But Chrissy got the Barbie mermaid that I was pitching a fit for weeks, and she didn't even want it, except when I told her I wanted it, and we fought over it during Christmas where all the cousins were opening presents with us. So that was fun. I still remember that very well. This was the first pillow I got. The same beloved that got me this sent me money to get this because it was only $5 at a thrift shop. And if you know me, you know that I love butterflies. They're like my spirit animal. And it's also my favorite colors, purple, pink, white. And I just thought it was the most beautiful thing in the world, and I had to have it. And my ex hated it and didn't want me to bring it home, but I got it anyway, and I washed it, and it's perfect, and I still love it to this day. It's very special to me. These are my bipolar octopi. I'll give you an example. See how angry he looks? When you flip him upside down, he turns pink, and he's happy. Same with the gay pride one. He's happy, but when someone's homophobic to him, he gets grumpy. I have a lot of these. This little lime green one's happy. When he turns turquoise, he's angry. My little purple one is angry, and when you flip him into blue, he's happy. And finally, my little trans one, because she's pink and baby blue, she's so happy right now, but when someone's transphobic to her, she gets very angry. Alright, this is my favorite Vaporeon, my favorite Pokemon of all time. Her name is Vaporeon. And you can tell because I love mermaids and the Little Mermaid that I loved her as a kid because she's a mermaid, not because of the reasons that perverts on the internet like her, because that really upset me when I read that. This is Princess Serena, daughter of King Ariel, and that was her role in Dreamy Adventures of Theodore. King Ariel is a Ken Merman doll that I painted to look like a male version of Ariel, the Little Mermaid. But she plays a big role in Dreamy Adventures of Theodore. I might write a short story about her eventually, I'm not sure. She might not need one, but she is one of my plushies and I love her dearly. Look at her beautiful rainbow tail and fins and her pastel pink hair and her cerulean blue eyes. They have pink stars in them. Isn't that cute? This, I don't have a name for him yet. Maybe you guys can make a name. Help me find a name for him. He is a customized, I don't know his name, merman doll from, I think the show is called Bubble Guppies. But I gave him a mustache and a beard and pearl earrings and a rainbow fishnet top and a starfish. So help me come up with a name for him because I love him very much. This was also given to me by my beloved. This is I think my first pillow that I got. It was at Five Below and it was around a bunch of live action Little Mermaid stuff. And I know it's not actually live action Little Mermaid, but I was so happy to see it because it's so beautiful. It's a seashell. I call it my fupa because it's squishy. This, I don't remember her name, but she was in the Dreamy Adventures of Theodore. She was an assistant to Princess Serena. She is a Build-A-Bear pink axolotl. And I love her little tie-dye skirt, well, her rainbow skirt and her little tie-dye top. She has a son, whom I also don't remember the name. He is a Beanie Baby, and he is a green axolotl, which I've never seen, but he's very cute. This is Coral. She is a Build-A-Bear mermaid, and my ex also got her for me. She did come with a wig, but the cats destroyed the wig, and also I don't think she looked very good with the wig. It just looked weird to see a teddy bear with a wig. So I just left it, ratted up, and threw it away because I think she looks better now. This seashell is actually one of the live-action Little Mermaid collaborations. They made an Ursula and an Ariel doll, but I wasn't able to get them in time. But I did get her and this little shell. And finally, Ariel. I need a live-action Ariel. This is not the end of my collection, I promise you. I'm going to have a lot more eventually. But Ariel is my favorite character of all time. She gave me all sorts of strength as a teenager coming out of the closet. If I hadn't seen The Little Mermaid, I probably would not have had the courage to run away from home and be who I truly needed to be, because there was a lot of tumultuous stuff going on in my house. Like I said, religious abuse, parental abuse, destruction of things that I cared about, just like King Triton and Ariel. So in a lot of ways, my story kind of mirrored hers. And I've just loved her forever, and I want a tattoo of her. But yeah, that is all for today. Believe me when I say all my plushies love you, and I hope you have plushies to cuddle with in this nightmare of a time we are in right now as a country, and maybe some personal nightmares you're in like I am. And I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.